In the previous class, we have studied about landforms of the earth. In landforms of the earth, we have learned about plains, deserts, plateaus, isthmus, peninsula, islands, etc. Among those, we are going to learn in more detail Western Desert or Thar Desert. Okay, in this lesson, first we will discuss about the meaning of desert, location, climate of the desert and wildlife. First, we will read or we will discuss in more detail meaning of desert. Some interesting pictures and interesting or amazing facts. Some interesting pictures and amazing facts.
A desert is an area covered with the sand. Are you remember? We have already learnt about deserts and types of deserts and climatical condition of desert. In which lesson we have studied? Landforms of the earth. Is it? As we know that a desert is an area covered with the sand. Deserts are large areas of land that are very dry and are usually covered with the sand. There is very little water or vegetation due to very little or no rain. Means they do not receive much rain. Therefore, only a few plants and trees grow here. All deserts are not sandy and hot. Some are cold and some are rocky. But all deserts are very dry. For example, the tropical deserts of the world are located between 20° to 30° north and 20° to 30° south latitudes on the western sides of the continents. Here, the climate is unfavorable. These regions are sparsely populated. There are mainly two types of deserts. One is hot desert, another one is cold desert. I will tell you one more interesting thing about this. Do you know that there is a desert in India? Yes, it lies in the northwestern part of India. It is called the Western Desert or the Great Indian Desert or the Thar Desert. Now, we will discuss the tropical deserts, the Sahara and the Kalahari deserts in Africa, the Colorado and the Mexican deserts in North America, the Atacama Desert in South America, the Great Indian Desert in Australia, the Arabian and Thar Desert in Asia. These are the tropical deserts. Next, and the Western or Thar Desert, it is a large dry region in the northwestern part of the Indian subcontinent. It is a hot desert. The Aravalli Hills divide Rajasthan into two parts. One is the western part is known as the Thar Desert or the Great Indian Desert. It is made up of rocks and sand. It covers most of the Rajasthan and it includes Haryana, Punjab and Gujarat. It is bordered by the Indus River plains to the west and the Punjab plains to the north. The Aravalli mountain range borders in the southeast and the Run of Kutch in the south. The Thar is one of the largest deserts in the world. Most of the Rajasthan is covered by desert. Therefore, the state is also known as the desert state of India. The climatical condition of desert or Thar Desert. The Thar Desert is hot and dry. On a hot summer day, the temperature can go up to 50 degrees Celsius, children. In winters, it can be less than 10 degrees Celsius. Therefore, it is difficult for plants and animals to survive here. Here, during the day, the sun heats up the sand, causing the day temperatures to rise sharply. At night, what will happen? At night, the sun cools down very fast, causing the night temperatures to drop. Therefore, the days are very hot in desert area and the nights are cold. For example, we can take it as Saudi Arabia is one of the hottest places in the world. And Rajasthan receives very little rainfall. There is an acute shortage of water in the state. Rajasthan is one of the hottest states of India. It experiences extremely hot summer and cold winter season. Here, people use water from wells and tanks. One of the important features of the Thar Desert is its sand dunes. What do you mean by sand dunes, children? Sand dunes means what? Have you observed the picture? Sand dunes means they are mounds or hills of sand built by strong winds. As the winds blow, the sand from one place to another, sand dunes are formed. Sand dunes are also formed when sand gets deposited in the shape of hills. They are constantly on the move, taking varying sizes and shapes. It happens because strong winds blow over this region. These winds sweep away sand and it seems that the sandy desert floor is in motion. The shape and place of sand dunes keeps on changing with the direction of winds. And one more interesting fact about the desert is sandstorms. Sandstorms are common in deserts. Vegetation. Here, owing to the hot climate, a few plants and animals are found here. These plants and animals have adapted to the harsh conditions of the desert. Some of the commonly found plants are thorny bushes, shrubs, acacia, desert teak and cactus. babul, and baobab, etc. These plants do not need as much water as compared to other plants. A cactus. Now I am showing the picture of cactus. A cactus has long and strong roots that go deep in the ground. The roots take water and minerals from the earth. It stores food and water in its thick stem. Its spines prevent water water loss due to heat, means leaves are reduced to thorns to prevent the loss of water. Less than 2% of the country's total area is arable land. Animals or wildlife. The animals that can survive extreme hot climate and scarcity of water and food for a long duration are found in the deserts. As we know that camels, is it? Camels are known as the ship of the desert. Why? Because they can stay without food and water for many days. For example, Arabian horses and jackals move swiftly across the desert. Owls and hyenas live in mountainous highlands. Blackbuck, Indian wild ass, and the Indian gazelle are found here. Thar Desert is home to several species of reptiles. Camels can move easily on the sand because of its padded feet, and it stores food on its hump. Camels are used as means of transport as they can run fast on the sand. Many desert animals have light colored fur which helps to keep them cool. There are several national parks in Thar Desert. The desert is also home to a large number of birds such as peacock and the great Indian bustard, pigeons and quails are seen near the oasis. In the coastal areas, flamingos and pelicans are common sight. Occupation and handicraft. Agriculture and rearing of animals are the main occupation of the desert people. Rearing of animals means such as sheep, goats and camels. Bajra, pulses, jawar, maize, sesame and groundnuts are the main crops are found here. The handicrafts of Rajasthan like the bangles and mirrors made of and jewelry made of bone, horn, and silver are popular all over the country. And we can find wooden crafts like furnitures, jharokhas, jewelry boxes, means decorative items are popular. Bandhani tie and dye textile of Rajasthan is famous all over the country. Life in the region. Jaipur is the capital of Rajasthan. The state shares its boundaries with Pakistan in the west, Gujarat in the southwest, Madhya Pradesh in the southeast, Uttar Pradesh and Haryana in the northeast, and Punjab in the north. Because of the little rain and the extreme hot climate, very few people live in the Thar Desert. The movement of the sand dunes makes it difficult for people to live and practice farming. Strong winds sweep sand over houses and agricultural land. It's too difficult, children. Is it? Food and dress of the Rajasthan people. Very few vegetables grow in the desert. The people of Rajasthan use dried lentils and beans to prepare their daily meals. Some delicious of Rajasthan like ghatte ki sabji and gram flour is a major ingredient in desert. The famous dish of the state is Mangodian papad and dal bhati churma. Here, Rajasthan people like to dress up in colorful clothes. Women are sari, choli and ghagra choli with odhni. Traditional dresses of men include dhoti, angarkha and pagari. Dance and music. Ghumar and Kalbelia are the folk dance of Rajasthan. The Jaipur Gharana is known for the classical dance form of Kathak. Some of the musical forms are Bhopa and Chang. They speak Rajasthani and Hindi. Can you just imagine life the people in this region, children? Say, children, here life is very difficult. Why? Because people don't have permanent houses or fixed houses. They keep on moving and they are called Banjaras or nomads. And those who have made houses, they have small windows and flat roofs and thick walls to keep their houses cool. They also make underground water tank and store water there. Oasis. Have you observed the picture? Oasis are small water pools that spring up at some places in the desert. Date and palms grow around an oasis. Places of tourist interest. As we know that Rajasthan is known for its buildings and forts. One more major attraction for the tourist is luxurious train. The palace on wheels that covers all the important places of Rajasthan in a week. Jaipur, Jaisalmer, Bikaner, Jodhpur, these are the interesting places of Rajasthan. Jaipur is also known as the Pink City. I will show one more interesting forts. Because of the buildings and forts, for example, palace on wheels and Bikaner, Jodhpur, Jaipur, Jaisalmer. These are the interesting and attractive tourist places of Rajasthan. And the Pratap Palace is situated in Chittorgarh, and the beautiful Hawa Mahal of Jaipur. These are the attractive places, or because of these reasons, Jaipur is also known as the Pink City. Okay, let's have a quick recap of this lesson. The Western Desert or the Thar Desert is a hot desert. About 70% of Rajasthan is covered by desert. Sand dunes are mounds or hills of sand built by strong winds. The Thar Desert is home to several species of reptiles. Jaipur is the capital of Rajasthan, and Jaipur is also known as the Pink City. This lesson is completed. I will be back with some more interesting videos. Till then, bye. Have a good day. Take care.